What is it about certain creatures that makes the world stop for a moment? What is it about a tilt of the head, a pair of oversized eyes, a fluffy coat shaped by millions of years of evolution, that makes even the most serious among us melt just a little? In a world filled with fierce predators, harsh environments, and endless struggles for survival, nature somehow still finds time to craft beings whose very existence seems designed to tug at our hearts. Welcome back to Nature's Arcana, and today we journey through the top 15 most adorable animals in the world. A tour of creatures so charming, so mesmerizing, that you can't help but smile just thinking about them. From familiar icons of cuteness to lesser-known wonders that will take you by surprise, we're exploring the soft side of the wild, where biology meets beauty and instinct becomes irresistible charm. So settle in. Prepare to awe, possibly more than once. And let's begin. Number 15. The quokka, the happiest face in nature. We begin on a sunlit island off the coast of Western Australia, where eucalyptus trees sway lightly in the ocean breeze. Here, hopping across sandy paths and weaving between shrubs, lives a creature so renowned for its cheerful expression that it has been unofficially crowned the happiest animal on Earth, the quokka. At first glance, the quokka looks like nature couldn't decide between a tiny kangaroo and a teddy bear, so it simply made both. Its round face, button nose, and permanently upturned mouth create the illusion that it's always smiling, a trick of facial structure that has spread across social media and launched countless memes. But the truth behind the smile is even more interesting. Quokkas belong to a unique group of marsupials, and their adorable expressions have nothing to do with emotion and everything to do with adaptation. Wide cheeks help them chew tough vegetation, while their tooth structure subtly creates that famously joyful grin. But their personality completes the charm. Quokkas are unusually bold, approaching hikers with natural curiosity, not because they want food that can actually harm them, but because, on isolated islands with few predators, they simply never developed strong fear responses. Interestingly, quokkas also have a comically dramatic way of defending themselves. When threatened, a mother quokka may toss her joey, her baby, out of her pouch to distract predators. It sounds ruthless, but in the wild, this shocking tactic dramatically increases the survival rate of both mother and offspring. The joey instinctively scrambles into brush while the predator is drawn to movement. But back on Rottenest Island, life for quokkas is peaceful, and their charm shines brightest in calm moments. If you're lucky, you might witness them lounging beneath low branches or hopping through grass, as if life itself is one big adventure. Their joy, real or perceived, is contagious. And with that, we hop from the cheerful shores of Australia to a much colder world. Number 14. The Arctic fox, snowstorm survivor with a baby face. Imagine stepping into a snow-white landscape where nothing but wind breaks the silence. In the Arctic Circle, survival is a tightrope walk across endless winter. Yet here, curled in a perfect ball atop the frost, sleeps a creature so unbelievably fluffy it seems stitched from clouds. The Arctic fox. It's easy to see why this animal makes the list. Its thick fur swells in winter until it looks twice its summer size, giving it the adorable appearance of a living cotton puff. But what truly sets the Arctic fox apart is its combination of innocence and resilience, a gentle face masking one of the toughest survival skill sets on the planet. Its fur is not just soft, it's a masterpiece of natural engineering. Arctic fox fur is denser than that of nearly any other mammal, more insulating than polar bear fur, and able to shift color with the seasons, glowing white in winter to blend into ice, and turning brown or gray in summer to vanish against rocky tundra. If you watch one hunt, you'll see an unexpectedly cute behavior. The fox leaps high into the air, tucks its paws, and dives nose first into deep snow to catch prey hidden below. These snow dives are a blend of strategy and slapstick, a reminder that nature's deadliest hunters sometimes look like living plush toys. But perhaps the most heart-melting moment comes in spring, when Arctic fox pups emerge from their dens. Their oversized ears and round bodies make them appear almost cartoonishly adorable as they stumble through their first steps, learning to navigate a world that is both fragile and fierce. The Arctic fox proves something essential. Cuteness doesn't make a creature weak. Sometimes it's nature's camouflage for a survivor. Number 13. The pygmy marmoset, the teacup-sized primate. Now we travel from frozen tundra to the humid green embrace of the Amazon rainforest. Listen closely, and you might hear soft chirping. Not from birds, but from the world's smallest monkey, the pygmy marmoset. When you first see one, your brain tries to process the scale. Imagine a monkey so small, it can sit comfortably in the palm of your hand. A creature weighing little more than a deck of cards, sporting a fuzzy halo of fur and enormous eyes that shimmer with perpetual curiosity. Pygmy marmosets cling to tree trunks using sharp claws, unusual for primates, and they dart with lightning speed across branches. Their tiny faces, framed by golden fur, look almost perpetually astonished, as if every leaf and shadow is worthy of investigation. One particularly endearing behavior is their love of sap. These little primates chew holes into trees, returning throughout the day to lap up the sticky sweetness. Their entire social world revolves around these sap wells. It's where families gather, groom one another, and chatter in high-pitched calls that sound surprisingly similar to squeaky toys. But despite their small size, pygmy marmosets are incredibly complex. They form close-knit groups, with fathers taking a surprisingly hands-on role in childcare, watching a male carefully carry twins, each tiny enough to disappear in his fur, is one of the rainforest's great heartwarming sights. Curiously, while they appear delicate, pygmy marmosets are bold. If you approach too close, they'll scold you with rapid clicks and chirps, puffing themselves up as if they're 10 times their actual size. It rarely works, but the attempt is undeniably adorable. From miniature monkeys, we move to an equally tiny but very different kind of mammal. Number 12. The hedgehog, a walking bundle of spikes and charm. Step into a moonlit meadow in Europe or Africa, and you might hear a soft snuffling as a tiny creature waddles through grass, its round body swaying with each determined step. The hedgehog, part pincushion, part sweetheart, is one of nature's most paradoxically adorable animals. At first glance, its spines suggest danger, but then you see the face, tiny, shiny eyes, a twitching nose, and small ears that give it a perpetually curious expression. Hedgehogs look like someone stitched a mouse and a pine cone together and accidentally created one of the world's cutest mammals. Hedgehogs are solitary wanderers, spending their nights searching for beetles, worms, and anything else small enough to snap up. If you watch closely, you'll see them snort and sniff the air with the determination of a creature on a grand quest, despite moving at the pace of an elderly librarian. One of the most endearing behaviors is the self-anointing ritual. When a hedgehog encounters a new scent, it will lick the source, froth at the mouth, and then smear the foam onto its spines. Nobody knows exactly why. Some scientists think it may be camouflage. Others think it's a kind of sensory obsession. Baby hedgehogs, or hoglets, are even more irresistible. Born with soft, hidden spines, they slowly puff out into miniature versions of adults, learning to curl into perfect little defense balls, a skill that makes them look like living marbles. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about hedgehogs is their resilience. Despite their delicate appearance, these animals can survive harsh winters by hibernating, lowering their body temperature to match the environment. Number 11. The koala, sleepy icon of the eucalyptus forest. Our journey takes us back to Australia, where sunlight filters through eucalyptus canopies and the air smells faintly of mint. Here, clinging to a smooth gray trunk, sits one of the world's most universally beloved animals, the koala. Koalas look like stuffed animals that somehow came to life. Their round ears resemble fluffy pom-poms, their noses look carved from polished stone, and their sleepy eyes give them the appearance of always being one yawn away from a nap. Which, to be fair, they are. Koalas sleep up to 20 hours a day, making them some of nature's most advanced napping specialists. This extreme laziness isn't a flaw, but an evolutionary necessity. Their diet consists almost entirely of eucalyptus leaves, a food so low in nutrients and high in toxins that few other animals dare eat it. Koalas have developed a highly specialized digestive system to handle the toxins, but the energy gained is so minimal that moving slowly and sleeping often becomes the only viable strategy. Watch a koala climb, and you'll see carefully placed paws gripping bark with almost meditative calm. Listen closely, and you might hear low grunts, unexpectedly deep for such an adorable animal, as they communicate with others hidden in the treetops. Baby koalas, known as joeys, add another layer of charm. They spend months riding on their mother's back, peeking out through her fur like explorers scouting the world for the first time. And while they may look cuddly, wild koalas prefer to keep their distance, living quiet lives among rustling leaves. Still, their expressions, serene, soft, almost contemplative, create a sense of peace wherever they are found. Number 10. The red panda, the forest acrobat with a masked smile. High in the misty mountains of Nepal, Bhutan, and northern India, you find yourself surrounded by bamboo forests so lush and quiet, they feel like the resting place of forgotten secrets. Then, above you, the branches sway, softly, rhythmically, as a small russet figure tiptoes along a moss-covered limb, a red panda. If the animal kingdom has a master of aesthetic charm, this is it. Red pandas look like someone combined the most adorable elements of every mammal: the face of a fox, the body of a cat, the tail of a raccoon, and the gentle movements of something that has never known anger. Their auburn fur glows almost gold in the morning light, and their ringed tails curl like warm scarves around their bodies when they sleep. Despite their name, red pandas are not actually pandas. They're closer to mustelids, the family that includes otters and weasels, though honestly, they defy classification in cuteness terms. Everything they do is endearing. They eat by delicately picking leaves with their paws. They communicate with soft squeaks that sound like enchanted forest noises. And when threatened, they stand upright on their hind legs, raising their tiny paws as if saying, "Please don't." It's supposed to make them look intimidating. Instead, it makes them look like small woodland wizards practicing defensive spells for the first time. Red pandas spend most of their time in trees, balancing with a grace that contrasts their plush, rounded bodies. Watching one descend a trunk head first, a skill only a few mammals possess, is like watching nature's most adorable acrobat rehearse a secret performance. But red pandas also play a vital ecological role. As bamboo eaters, they help maintain forest balance, and their presence signals a healthy, thriving ecosystem. Unfortunately, habitat loss threatens their future, yet every conservation effort is strengthened by the world's shared affection for them. Their cuteness becomes their shield. As the red panda curls into a fluffy spiral atop its branch, the forest seems just a little softer. And our journey moves on to another creature shaped by snow and silence. Number 9. The harp seal pup, the snow-white symbol of innocence. We step onto drifting ice floes in the North Atlantic, where winter seems eternal, and the horizon blurs into shades of pearl and frost. There, lying in a soft hollow carved by wind, we see what may be one of the most famously adorable young animals in existence, the harp seal pup. Their appearance is almost unreal. With fur as white as untouched snow, eyes as dark as polished obsidian, and expressions that seem permanently wide with wonder, harp seal pups have captivated humans for centuries. Their whiteness isn't just aesthetic, it's camouflage, allowing them to disappear against the frozen landscape during the most vulnerable stage of their lives. For the first few weeks, they can't swim. They rely entirely on the ice and their mothers, who return frequently to nurse them with milk so rich it contains more fat than nearly any other mammals. As a result, the pups grow quickly, transforming from tiny fluff bundles into round, plump juveniles with a comically rolling waddle. But what makes harp seal pups especially touching is the contrast between their innocence and the harsh environment they inhabit. Imagine being born into a world where wind chill can drop to lethal temperatures in minutes, where predators lurk beneath the ice, and where storms can swallow entire floes. Yet these pups lie calmly in the open, blinking up at the icy sky as if greeting it. As they grow, their fur shifts from white to silver gray, marking the start of independence. They begin slipping into freezing water, tentatively at first, then with surprising agility. The transformation is dramatic, from fragile fluff to sleek swimmer in a matter of weeks. The harp seal pup reminds us that beauty can exist even in the most extreme places, and that vulnerability itself can be a silent form of strength. Now let's travel far from the cold and into humid forests where vibrant eyes peek from dense foliage. Number 8. The slow loris. The big-eyed night wanderer. Deep in the jungles of Indonesia, Malaysia, and southern Asia, nighttime transforms the forest. Stars glimmer through the canopy, insects hum in steady rhythms, and from a low branch, a pair of enormous eyes glows amber in the moonlight. You freeze, and the creature freezes too, incredibly still, as if time momentarily paused. This is the slow loris, one of nature's most unusually adorable primates. Its appearance is unforgettable. A tiny round head, a heart-shaped face, and those oversized eyes adapted for the nocturnal world. Its movements are gentle, deliberate, and almost meditative. Watching a slow loris climb is like watching a creature that refuses to disturb even a single leaf. Their fur is soft, dusted in shades of brown and cream, and their small hands grip branches with surprising strength. But beneath all that sweetness lies an unexpected twist. Slow lorises are the only venomous primates. They produce a toxin from a gland near their elbow and mix it with saliva when threatened. A defense mechanism that is biologically remarkable, considering their otherwise harmless demeanor. But danger aside, what makes the slow loris so compelling is its expressive gentleness. They communicate in soft, high-pitched whistles and tend to cling tightly when held by their mothers, their tiny fingers rapping with such earnestness that it's impossible not to feel something melt inside you. Interestingly, their slow movement isn't laziness, but stealth. By moving deliberately, they avoid detection from predators that track motion. Each step, each inch forward, is a calculated component of survival. Yet despite their charm, slow lorises face significant threats due to illegal pet trade fueled by their cuteness. Ironically, the very traits that make them irresistible put them in danger, reminding us of the delicate balance between admiration and exploitation. From the shadowed forests of Asia, we now shift to a brighter, more open world, one filled with grassy plains and gentle giants. Number 7. The elephant calf. The playful giant in training. The savannas of Africa stretch endlessly around you, plains shimmering in heat, scattered acacia trees offering islands of shade. A rumble vibrates through the ground. A herd appears in the distance, dust rising behind them like a golden veil. And at the center of this moving family trotting eagerly to keep up is the newest generation, the elephant calf. Few young animals radiate innocence and curiosity the way elephant calves do. Their oversized ears flap clumsily as they run. Their trunks, still unfamiliar tools, swing like ropes they haven't learned to control. Watching a calf attempt to use its trunk is pure cinematic joy. They trip over it, suck on it, swing it at imagined enemies, and occasionally sneeze so hard they fall over. Elephant calves stay close to their mothers and aunts, forming one of the most emotionally rich social structures in the animal kingdom. The herd is their classroom, daycare, and protective fortress. When danger appears, adults encircle the young, forming a living wall of strength. Despite their size, calves are surprisingly timid. They'll sometimes hide under their mother's belly, peering out with a mixture of shyness and wonder. Other times, they become adorably bold, trumpeting at birds or chasing guinea fowl with the determination of a creature convinced it's already a mighty giant. There is something profoundly heartwarming about watching a calf mimic adult behavior. They try dust baths, flinging sand into the air only to cough when it gets in their nose. They splash in mud puddles, rolling around with the enthusiasm of children discovering the world for the first time. Their vulnerability is matched only by their intelligence. Studies show that even young elephants comfort one another, touching gently with their trunks when a companion is distressed. It's rare to see such empathy so early in life, but our journey now wanders from the savannas to a very different habitat. Rocky Mountains echoing with unusual, squeaky voices. Number 6, the pika, the tiny mountain gardener. High in the mountains of North America and Central Asia, at elevations where cold winds slice through granite cliffs and vegetation struggles to survive, a tiny creature darts between rocks carrying a mouthful of leaves nearly half its size. Meet the pika, the mountain dweller often described as a potato with legs and ears. Pikas are small, round, and impossibly cute. Their short limbs, soft fur, and expressive faces make them look like miniature rabbits sculpted into perfect spheres. But what truly sets them apart isn't just their looks, it's their behavior. Because pikas do not hibernate, they must prepare meticulously for winter. Throughout summer, they create hay piles, collecting vast amounts of grasses and flowers and storing them in hidden cracks. Watching a pika race across the rocks with a bouquet of plants stuck between its teeth is one of the true joys of alpine exploration. They resemble tiny gardeners tending invisible meadows. Their voices add to their charm. Pikas communicate with sharp, squeaky calls that echo across cliffs, an unexpected sound that can stop hikers in their tracks. These calls warn neighbors of predators and occasionally express territorial complaints, though even their anger sounds adorable. Remarkably, pikas are climate-sensitive survivors. Their thick fur makes them vulnerable to heat, so they often dart back into cool crevices after just a few minutes in the open. Their resilience, despite their tiny size, is astounding. In landscapes where winters last 8 months and food is scarce, pikas persist with determination, planning, and charm, a testament to nature's quiet heroes. Number 5, the meerkat, the desert sentinel with endless personality. The Kalahari Desert stretches before you, rolling red sands, hardy shrubs, and a sun that seems determined to press the landscape flat with its heat. But then you notice movement. A dozen tiny shapes rise from the ground, standing upright like curious spectators awaiting the day's performance. This is a meerkat colony, and you've just arrived during their morning routine. Meerkats are the embodiment of collective cuteness. They're small, slender mongooses with expressive faces, dark eye masks, and front paws that make them look perpetually poised to ask questions. When a group stands up together, scanning the horizon with synchronized intensity, it's as if they're the desert's most diligent neighborhood watch, except much more adorable. Their social structure is both complex and heartwarming. Meerkats live in large family groups called mobs or gangs, where cooperation is everything. One adult might babysit the pups while the others forage. Another acts as a sentinel, rising to its full height on a mound of sand or a low branch, sniffing the air and watching for predators. Occasionally, sentinels chatter warnings, and the whole group vanishes underground in seconds. The playfulness of baby meerkats is pure charm. They tumble out of burrows like tiny dust-covered acrobats, wrestling, chasing, and sometimes tripping over their own excitement. Adults tolerate these antics with patient amusement, occasionally nudging a pup back to safety with surprising tenderness. What makes meerkats especially lovable is their mix of bravery and comedy. They face predators much larger than themselves. Snakes, jackals, birds of prey, and often stand their ground in groups, puffing up dramatically to appear bigger. The effect is less intimidating than intended, but their courage is genuine. Their world is full of dust, sun, and danger, yet it is also filled with play, teamwork, and affection. In the vast emptiness of the desert, meerkats prove that even the smallest creatures can live with enormous spirit. From sandy plains, we now move toward a different symbol of cuteness, one of the world's most iconic. Number 4. The giant panda, the black and white emblem of cuddly chaos. The bamboo forests of China are mysterious and serene, their emerald stalks swaying in quiet rhythm. Among them, you hear heavy munching, rhythmic, surprisingly loud. Then, through the thicket, you spot a round, monochrome figure sitting back like a relaxed philosopher enjoying a personal feast, a giant panda. Few animals occupy the global imagination quite like the panda. Their contrasting fur, round body, and expressive dark eye patches give them the look of a creature drawn for a storybook. But their reputation for clumsy charm is what cements them as icons of adorableness. Pandas spend most of their time eating, up to 14 hours a day, and they rarely look elegant doing it. They drop bamboo. They roll over unexpectedly. They slide down slopes as if nature forgot to program them with coordination. And yet, every movement radiates a gentle innocence that humans instinctively find irresistible. But beneath the softness lies a fascinating biological contradiction. Pandas are members of the order Carnivora, designed for meat, yet their diet is almost entirely bamboo, a plant so nutrient-poor that it forces them into near-constant feeding. Their thumb-like wrist bones evolved specifically to grip stalks more efficiently. Panda cubs amplify the cuteness to almost unbearable levels. Born nearly hairless, blind, and unbelievably tiny compared to their parents, they grow into fuzzy bundles that squeak like rubber toys and cling tightly to their mothers. Watching a cub attempt its first climb, wobbling like a toddler with brand new legs, is one of the most charming sights in nature. Yet pandas represent more than cuteness. They are symbols of conservation success, rallying global support, and showcasing how human effort can help rescue a species from decline. Their adorableness becomes a bridge, a reminder that connection can lead to protection. But our journey isn't done. Ahead lies a creature that holds an entirely different charm, tiny, impossibly bright, and buzzing with life. Number 3. The hummingbird, a jewel with wings. You now drift into a tropical morning where flowers burst with color and air shimmers with warmth. Suddenly, a flash of iridescence. A hum so quick, it's nearly a vibration. A small creature appears before you, suspended in midair like a living gem, a hummingbird. Unlike many animals on this list, their cuteness comes not from fluffiness or roundness, but from scale and brilliance. Hummingbirds are pocket-sized miracles, tiny as sparrows, lighter than many coins, and capable of hovering with a precision most machines can't match. Their wings beat up to an incredible 80 times per second, creating the soft hum that gives them their name. Their feathers, depending on the angle of sunlight, explode with color: emerald greens, ruby reds, sapphire blues, topaz golds. These aren't pigments. They're microscopic structures that reflect light like prisms. Watching a hummingbird feed is pure enchantment. It darts from flower to flower with impossibly quick movements, stopping just long enough to sip nectar before launching away in a blur. Their personalities are surprisingly bold for creatures so small. Some hummingbirds fiercely guard their favorite flowers, chasing away intruders, including birds many times larger. Their chirps and squeaks, often overlooked, sound like bursts of digital music. But what makes hummingbirds especially captivating is their connection to the natural world. They pollinate countless flowers, shaping entire ecosystems. Their migration journeys span thousands of miles, including non-stop flights over oceans, acts of endurance that defy what we expect from animals so delicate. In them, we see the wonder of smallness, skill, and beauty woven together. But now, as we near the top of our list, we move to a creature whose charm is both familiar and endlessly expressive. Number 2. The sea otter, the floating bundle of mischief. Cold waters of the northern Pacific roll beneath overcast skies. Kelp forests sway like underwater meadows, and within them, you spot a shape drifting on its back, paws gently folded, eyes half closed in absolute serenity. A sea otter, one of the most charismatic marine animals on Earth. Sea otters have an unrivaled combination of playfulness and tenderness. Their dense fur, the thickest of any animal, traps air bubbles, giving them a silvery sheen when they roll in the water. Their whiskered faces, round and curious, radiate charm. But their behaviors are what win hearts. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping, a habit that keeps them from drifting apart in ocean currents. Entire rafts of otters, sometimes numbering in the dozens, float together in peaceful clusters like families sharing a dream. They use tools, storing favorite rocks in loose skin under their forearms. Watching an otter crack open a shell by tapping it rapidly on a stone resting on its belly is one of nature's great delights. Baby otters, called pups, are almost too adorable to believe. Their fur is so buoyant they literally cannot sink, bobbing on the surface like fuzzy corks while their mothers groom them obsessively. Their squeaks are soft, high-pitched, and unmistakably pleading, the sound of a baby asking the world for warmth. Despite their sweetness, sea otters are essential ecosystem guardians. By controlling sea urchin populations, they protect kelp forests from destruction, maintaining some of the richest marine habitats on Earth. Standing among the gentle waves, it's easy to see why the world adores them. But there is one animal whose fame, familiarity, and emotional appeal surpasses even the otters. A creature whose cuteness is recognized across cultures and continents. Number 1. The dog. Humanity's oldest and dearest companion. You might expect the number 1 spot to belong to a rare wild creature, but sometimes the most adorable animal isn't the most exotic. It's the one waiting at your doorstep, greeting you with a wagging tail and eyes full of unconditional love. Yes, the dog. Across thousands of years, dogs have evolved alongside us, shaping and being shaped by human life. Their cuteness isn't just visual, though the floppy ears, oversized paws, and expressive faces certainly don't hurt. Their cuteness is emotional, relational, ancient. Dogs read human gestures better than almost any other species. They recognize our moods, sense our tension, mirror our excitement, and offer comfort without needing to be asked. Their loyalty, which has inspired stories for millennia, is grounded in genuine social bonds. Puppies, of course, are almost overwhelmingly adorable. Their clumsy steps, curious noses, and oversized paws create a universal reaction of instant affection, but adult dogs possess a different charm. One formed through companionship. They tilt their heads when confused, lean into your legs for warmth, and greet you with the kind of joy usually reserved for reunions after years apart. Dogs also represent extraordinary diversity. From tiny chihuahuas, small enough to fit in one hand, to towering Irish wolfhounds, the sheer range of dog shapes and sizes is unmatched in the animal kingdom. Each breed carries its own kind of cuteness, from the wrinkled brows of bulldogs, to the fluff clouds of Pomeranians, to the soulful stares of retrievers. Beyond all of that, dogs remind us of something profound. Cuteness isn't just an aesthetic, it's a connection point, a bridge between species built on trust, empathy, and shared history. No matter where you travel in the world, when you see a dog's gentle wag or hopeful eyes, you feel a spark of recognition. And so the dog stands proudly at the top of our list, not because it is rare or wild, but because it is universally beloved, a symbol of companionship that spans cultures and generations. And so, as we close our journey, it becomes clear that adorableness is more than a trait. It's a story, a language, a force that pulls us closer to the natural world. From the resilient Arctic fox to the joyful quokka, from delicate hummingbirds to mighty elephant calves, each of these creatures offers us a glimpse into nature's softer side. They remind us why we protect, why we conserve, and why we feel such awe in the presence of life. Cuteness disarms us. It invites us to pay attention. And when we do, we notice not just how beautiful the world is, but how fragile, how interconnected, and how worth safeguarding. So tell us, which of these 15 animals captured your heart the most? Did one surprise you? Did an underdog climb into your personal top 5? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's journey through nature's most adorable wonders, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and continue exploring with us here on Nature's Arcana, where every creature has a story waiting to be told.